the subject we committed ourselves to, which was peaceful assembly and making sure that the victims of protests are compensated, although we have been told here, and it is correct by the party leader of ODM, that you can never compensate life, but you can do something about it. What have we done? You know, many people are saying, oh yeah, maybe. I took the first step and gazetted a victims' compensation panel. It subsequently went to court, and the court held it for a while. Even as the court held it, we did some work. We have identified all the victims, as we talk to you, with the Kenya Human Rights Commission, with the Independent Police Oversight Authority. We have identified all the victims and profiled their names, and we have already made sure that we have a comprehensive list. We did not even stop at 2013. We went back all the way to 2017 to make sure that all those that were affected by protests from 2017 are now captured. So we have already identified all the people in there. We have provided resources. You will be approving 2 billion shillings to make sure that we have the resources to compensate those people. Finally, the court came through and gave direction on how that process should be done. And last week, we now, in compliance with the decision of the court, last week we gazetted a panel, as was recommended by the court, to expedite this process. And it is our belief that unless something else happens, we should be able to conclude this exercise before June, so that we can all be in that space. But we are not stopping there. We are saying we want to look at the future. And so I think it will be right for us in this PG to recommend that the Kenya Human Rights Commission propose a law to Parliament on protection of protesters. Let there be a law on how to protect protesters, because it is a constitutional right. We do not want to propose the law from the executive side of government. Let it be proposed by the Kenya Human Rights Commission in consultation with others, so that we can carry that through. Let me conclude by saying that aside from that, we have facilitated the Independent Police Oversight Authority to make sure that those security officers in breach are held to account. As I speak to you today, 35 cases have been successfully prosecuted, and 49 police officers have been convicted. As I talk to you, we have another 30 cases that are undergoing disciplinary action in the police, and the process is ongoing. We have implored on the Police Oversight Authority to appropriate this mandate as efficiently as they can, so that we can all move together in that same direction. On matters to do with the rule of law, I think it was explained to us here with a lot of clarity. Number one, we are facilitating the courts to make sure that they have the human capital to deliver on this mandate. I did swear in 11 judges of Court of Appeal. There is an ongoing process of hiring more judges. There is also an ongoing process of hiring more magistrates. We have provided the resources for that. We did provide also resources for the mobility of our judicial officers. They wanted some vehicles. We have provided the resources for them. They wanted the resources to do e-filing across the country. We have provided resources for them. And yesterday, as I said, with the passage of Parliament of the benefits, especially pension benefits bill for judges, Yesterday, I did sign it into law so that we can give our judicial officers greater capacity and be able to, for them to be able to appropriate and discharge their mandate as is required of them by the Constitution. So, in a nutshell, these are the items I wanted to speak to you about, just as summary of the items that we are engaged in as an administration. And we are not doing this to satisfy the 10-point agenda. No, we are doing this because it is good for Kenya. And because we made a commitment, not by force, but because we wanted to do it. And I am very confident that working with you, we will find the way into the future together. Finally, while some initiatives have taken longer due to parliamentary and other judicial procedures, we must now accelerate the passage of the laws that are there in Parliament. And I do recommend that we establish a mediation committee, a broad-based mediation committee, to negotiate between the two houses of Parliament so that we can fast-track whatever is remaining of the 10-point agenda. I know the committee, the Oversight Committee, have requested us to extend their term by only 60 days for them to conclude some of the processes they are doing, and I think it's only fair. They have done a great job. I think it's only fair that we extend that by 60 days. I don't know whether that is agreeable to members here. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many of the contrary opinion don't speak? Okay. All right. So I think it is so extended. And finally, I want to secure your concurrence that we ask the leadership of Parliament to establish a broad-based mediation committee to negotiate on some of the issues that are outstanding on the NADCO bills that are in Parliament. Do we agree that we establish a broad-based mediation committee? I put the question. Will as many as of that opinion that we establish a broad-based mediation committee say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion shut up? Namaze. Okay? So I think that is that. And finally, I want to request that with where we have reached, I don't know whether this is the right point for us to say this, where we have reached in the consultation. I will maybe want to ask the leadership to come and read for us the summary of what we have achieved. But let me say the following, because following consultations between the party leader of ODM and myself, on behalf of all of us, the UDA Management Committee did endorse that we begin consultations between UDA Kenya Kwanza and ODM. It was also approved by the National Executive Committee of UDA, and it was also approved by the National Governing Council of UDA. The same happened for ODM. There was, I think, a meeting of the Management Committee of ODM, NEC, and also the other organs. It is my proposal that this PG endorses what was agreed in the organs of ODM and in the organs of UDA as a means of carrying also the decision as endorsed by this joint parliamentary group. I don't know whether that is a good place for me to put a question. I therefore put a question that as many as of the opinion that they agree with the decisions of the organs of ODM and the organs of UDA on the process of engagement between our two formations, as many as of those who agree with the decisions of the organs of the party say aye. As many as of a contrary opinion say something? Nothing. Okay, they say nothing. The ayes have it. I don't know whether there is another matter. Yes, there is a final matter. Just hold on, Chair. There is a final matter that it is my request and that of the party leader of ODM that as a way of now progressing our consultations in line with the authority given to us by the organs of the party, that this PG endorses the formation of a technical committee to now take the process forward of 4 members from ODM and 4 members from UDA to craft for the party leader of ODM and myself a technical committee to put together how we take this process into the future as recommended by the party organs of the 2 formations. And we want to ask this PG to agree that we form a technical committee of 4 members each from UDA and ODM to take this process forward. As many as of that opinion say aye. Aye. As many as of a contrary opinion, if they want to say something, they have nothing to say. Okay. The ayes have it. Okay, it is, I think for good record, we should say the ayes have it. I think I have discharged my mandate as permitted by Daktari Senator Oburu Oginga. I did secure his concurrence that I undertake this exercise. So I want to say thank you very much. I leave now the other processes to the rest of the people. Yes, yes? You want to say something? Are you sure you want to say something?
Sir, I'm sorry I have to speak before you come down. Please say something about the 2/3 gender rule. It is silent in this report, even under the recommendations of the ZANI committee. They are silent about the way forward. No, it is not there.
It is
just
there.
mentioned.
It is there, Can somebody read out the
Chair,
it is there, says.
Your Excellency, please let me read for you.
We cannot make such a fatal mistake.
You know, Your Excellency.
Item number 1, constitutional amendment. Yes.
Yeah, but so, you know, sir, you know how critical this matter is.
Yes.
Your pronouncement means a lot to the women of this country. It is very, very important that this is mentioned right here and now. Respectfully.
Let me be specific. Let me be specific. Part of the reason why we believe there is need for a broad-based mediation committee is because the constitutional amendments that have been proposed, including that specific one on 2/3 gender rule, we need as a broad-based to agree on a common position, both in the National Assembly and the Senate. And primarily, that is the reason why we are proposing that mediation committee. And we all agree in this PG that we are in support, at least party leader Oburu Oginga and myself support 100% the matter of the 2/3 gender rule. And this parliamentary group in its entirety, without any exceptions, support the two-gender rule. Will ask two-third gender rule. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Honestly says, we are all in. Yeah, we are all in. So thank you very much.